Hi everyone, and welcome to your monthly universe reading for October. That is when I'm putting it out, but the reality is this can be a timeless message. So whenever you're coming in to see it, it will apply to you at that time, okay? So we have 3 piles for you to pick from. We have Journey to Wholeness, number 33. We have Evolution, number 24, and we have Beyond the Mind, number 20. So if those numbers, if the titles here on the card or the card themselves call to you, then that is the pile meant for you to find out what energy from the universe, what messages do they have, what could be coming in and around you. All right, let's get started. I will see you in your pile. Hi to those of you who chose pile 1, this card, Journey to Wholeness, or the number 33. We're going to actually be using this card as the overall energy, okay? It may hold its own meaning for you as we get into the reading. You may find that each card is an individual message, or that the entire reading will be your overall message, okay? We also have live oracle and tarot at the end for a clarification, confirmation, or further advice, guidance message. All right, so the first card out that we have is Fifth Dimension. Okay. With I Am Presence. I'm going to put everything out. We also have protectiveness and ultimate evolution with the Lyrans. And then we have the Angels of Atlantis. We have Archangel Jophiel, Liberation, with your greatest work is your legendary legacy. Oh, I love that. Okay, so let's take a look at all of these. Well, with Journey to Wholeness, that is becoming the person that you are meant to be, right? So if we think of it, pile 1, as in, we know that we are all spiritual beings having an earthly human experience. What we're trying to do here is remember who we actually are as in spirit, the spirit, you can call it your inner self, your higher self, the Holy Spirit that resides within you, and that we are one of God, Source, Universe, whomever it is that you go to, okay, that we are all one. So this is kind of, I feel like, the message that's going to come out here, but let's look at each set of cards and see what messages we have. But this is a master number. They want you to start working towards that. And I already see it right here. Okay, so let me just get into it. It is moving. And also one other thing, if we think of Earth as 3D, we're third dimensional here. It's the vibration of the Earth. It's a little dense. It's a little heavy. Okay, there's a lot of negativity. We want to get up into this 5th dimensional energy. So these are the Atlantis cards that I have, and this here is 5th dimension. So what is that energy? You probably hear people talking about the 5D. We want to ascend to 5th dimensional energy. Well, this is it. Do unto others. It's the golden rule that we've all known forever, which I love. It says, if you drew this card, your guidance is to ask yourself, how would you like to be treated, and act towards others accordingly. For example, if you want someone to see your side of an argument, make sure you listen to theirs. This enables you to maintain a higher perspective on life, which will help you rise into the 5th dimension. Act towards others as you would like to be treated. Now, when we say rise into the 5th dimension, are we actually going anywhere physically? No. There's no, ooh, you know, angels are playing the harps and the trumpets are sounding. It's none of that. It's just you being literally the best person that you can be, because when your energy elevates and rises in positivity and most importantly love, then it causes a ripple effect out into the universe, okay? But let's see what other messages are in here. I'm just going to leave this card right there for now. We have I am presence. And again, so it says light body activation, accessing the divine within. And that's what we're talking about here. I love that these cards and even the colors have come out the same. By now, unless you're new to my channel, you know how I choose my cards. I flip through, and where my finger stops, my thumb stops, it stops. So I always find it so interesting, amazing when I'm working with different decks, how the message, well, it comes in from spirit, okay? And when I say spirit, that encompasses everything, your guides, your ancestors, God, source, universe, the whole 9 yards, the whole enchilada, so to speak. But I am presence is this. It is treating others with love and respect and dignity, because that is how you want to be treated. And we can all sit and argue, and I think this is an important message to put out there, that, oh, well, I wouldn't act that way if so-and-so didn't. But the whole point is, you make the change within yourself. You can't control how so-and-so acts. So you choose to be the bigger person. You choose to walk away from that energy, that person, that situation. You just remove yourself from it. Nobody is making any of us, and look, I'm just as guilty as the next to, you know, sometimes to want to stay and have the argument. And you know what? Sometimes you just need to walk away from the argument or that dense, heavy energy, right? And then you, in turn, I know it sounds weird, but you're showing love to that person in that situation because you have decided not to engage. You have embraced your I am presence, the Holy Spirit within, your higher self, however you want to refer to it, by not reacting or engaging. Okay, so you may have some situations coming up because this message is coming out strongly. You may have some situations coming up within this month or whenever it is that you're watching this, where it's going to call for you to take on that do unto others, 5th dimensional energy, okay? Because in the moment, you don't want them treating you like that. So again, the retaliation, the snapping back, whatever it is just you're doing what they're doing. And somebody eventually has to be the bigger person, right? Okay, very important. Let's get into this message set of cards here. So we have protectiveness. So the number 16 or the number 100. Here we have number 15, if any of those mean anything. We can also reduce it down, so that would be a 6. Which is finding peace and harmony, okay? This could be a number 7, which is making wise choices. And a 1 is the magician. But we'll get into that in a minute. And here, look, we have master number 11, okay? So here we are. Protectiveness, Lyra. So take on that Lyrian energy, okay? Take on that energy where you no longer want to live in fear, is what I'm going to say, in your present. Protectiveness, because what I'm seeing here is ultimate evolution, and this is what I have to say about that. This is protectiveness, is protecting yourself and living in fear. Okay, we can also think of it, if we put it back to here, it can be protecting yourself from that negative energy in this situation. But as I'm reading right here, what I see is living in fear and living in love, ultimate evolution. When we want to evolve, we want to evolve into the 5th dimension, into the 7th and higher, okay? But first off, it's 5th. So let's all try to get there first, all right? And when you're there, you're living in love. So you can live in fear, or you can live in love. And it's so interesting that I just watched a video on this the other day. There are really only 2 energies, fear and love, here on earth. When we live in fear, we do and act in all kinds of way that is unbecoming. But when we live in love, we don't. Okay? And that's what I see here with the Zeta I'm maybe pronouncing this wrong, reticuli, is the future. You want to be evolving, right? You want to be one with divine source, God, universe, source, like I said, spirit. You want to be living in that vibration, not in the vibration of fear and anger and resentment and needing to have more and more and more just because, I mean, we can go on forever, but think of kind of those selfish negative attributes that we all have, and they all live within us too, but we make the choice to live. And here we have the Lyrans, right? Lyra energy. Live with strength, courage, and bravery. And I love this because it takes strength to walk away, not to engage. It even takes bravery because, you know, people are going to think you're weak or that you're chicken or that you're, you know, you don't have the cojones to stand up. That has nothing to do with that. You're actually being brave by walking away from the energy and or not engaging. Right? The courage to do that, the courage to not live in fear and to live in love. And you know what? Maybe try it one small baby step at a time, pile one, where situations, like I said, that you're coming up against in your journey to wholeness here, right? You one small thing at a time, one small thing at a time. Someone cuts you off in the parking lot. Take a deep breath and hold it for 3 seconds and breathe out and let it go. Someone cuts you off in traffic. Someone butts in front of you in line. Someone wants to argue and start something with you. It's the little things, one thing at a time. And remember, it takes more strength, courage, and bravery to not engage or to walk away from it. And what I want to say here about this last set of cards, we have Archangel Jophiel from the Archangels of Atlantis deck. This is from the Lemurian deck, just so you know as well. And how liberating is it to let go of that fear and that negative, low vibrational energy in your life? How liberating is it to rise up and to soar, to fly like the eagle here? How, like, imagine how that would make you feel, or just how proud, even just how proud of yourself in the moment that you would feel for not engaging. Okay, so I really feel that this message is something will be coming up and around, or an energy's coming in that's going to make you want to lash out in some sort of way or engage. And they're saying, think of yourself with your journey to wholeness of the ultimate evolution, your own I am presence. How would I want to be treated? Okay? And it's your greatest work is your legendary legacy. Well, for that, I just think, and again, it's a 6, and that is kind of like harmony, peace, victory, okay? And not victory for winning the fight or the battle, but victory for being having strength, being courageous and brave. All right. And when people look back, we always think about that at the end of our lives, or so they say. I don't know. That's what they always say. You know, you look back and you say, why did I act like that? Why did I behave like that? Why, you know, if I could change everything now when I'm looking back at my life, those are usually the things that people want to change, how they treated people, how they got along with people, and they want to be remembered as a good person, a good, loving person. So those are your main messages, pile one, coming in from the universe. And like I said, you could be coming in and around energy that's really going to be testing this for you. Do we pass every test? No, we're humans. We do have free will. But can it be a goal to try to pass as many as we can? Yes. So I do have my Halloween deck out here because we are talking month of October. Like I said, you can watch this and have this message come in at any time for yourself. But I did create it for October. 4 of Pentacles. Love it. Okay. We also have 6 of Swords. Yes, love it. Okay. I love the way that that Spirit brings in the messages. And Page of Wands. All right, you guys. These 3 cards right here. 4 of Pentacles. It's kind of hanging on too tightly. So it may be difficult, like I said, one baby step at a time, right? One small step at a time, to hang on to that energy where you want to defend yourself, lash out, lash back, because, you know, you feel that you need to. Don't hang on to that energy too tightly. How about trying to let it go slowly but surely, and, you know, have that courage, bravery, and strength to walk away from whatever it is. Six of Swords. She's here, this woman with a child, and they are going from what would be rocky shores or unbalanced, negative energy, and they're setting sail out to a new beginning where things are going to be brighter and better and less combative and more harmonious. Okay? That's what this card is representing. They want you to not hang on to needing to maybe be right for some of you. Whatever it is, you let go of that energy, hop on this boat and sail off. Take on the Page of Wands energy. Page of Wands, they're fiery, they're inspired, they buy everything and anything because pages just want to learn. They would hop on this boat in a minute just to get to the other side of whatever it is, to find out, ooh, what's over here for me? What can I learn over here? What new creative things can I do over here, right? How can this be a really great golden opportunity for me? Take on that type of energy. We're going to get 2 oracle cards here before we end pile 1. I love these universe messages. If you do, or if you like the cards that whoa, those ones came out. There's 2, we'll go with them. If you love the cards that I'm using, the messages, the energy, please give me a thumbs up or hit that thumbs up like button. That is great. It's interaction with my channel, and that's what YouTube goes off for algorithm. So please do that. But let's look at your 2 oracles here. 1, my aura is magnetic to golden opportunities. Did I not just say to, you don't know what golden opportunity might be over there? Okay, wild. Thank you, Spirit, for just confirming what I said. You don't know. And getting out of this dark, heavy, dense energy, it lightens your aura, okay? And then it does become a magnet to the good. So I love that. The other one is I make way for miracles. Look, down the long hallway, through the door with the light, into the light, out of the shadow energy. You know, hopping on the boat from the shadow, going into the light. I make way for miracles. Love that. And one last card. Oh, and again, 2 come out here. Oh, you guys are very popular, pile 1. Surrender. Surrender your need to control the outcome. Just be with life in this present moment. Okay, that's what we've been talking about up here. Okay, creation. Being creative is a wonderful way of witnessing the unfolding of your limitless creative soul. I was talking about that here again with the Page of Wands. So, pile 1. I really hope that you enjoyed this. If you did, you know what you can do. If you know someone who may need to hear this, maybe they're in this combative 3D, low density, shadowy energy, and you know that you see the light within them, okay? Pass this along and let them listen to this. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I would love to have new subscribers. And to all my regular people, hello. Thank you for coming back reading after reading. This is it, pile 1. I will see you in the next one. Hi to those of you who chose pile 2. Evolution, or the number 24, this card, okay? This is actually going to be an overall energy card for this pile. Now, we're going to be talking about messages, guidance, situations or energies coming in from the universe this month of October, or it is technically timeless whenever you may see this message, okay? You can certainly take the guidance from it. But what we have here are oracle cards. We're going to have live tarot and oracle at the end. So let's get started here, pile 2. First card out is blessings. So we have evolution. And I know right now it's evolution of your soul. It's evolution of you. You can think of it as the evolution. I talked a lot about this in pile 1 of, you know, we are here on earth in what we call the 3D or 3-dimensional energy. It's heavy. It can be burdensome. It can be shadowy and a bit negative at times. And we want to raise into that 5th dimensional energy where we are treating the golden rule, do unto others as you would have done unto you, okay? So that's the kind of energy we want to go in. So, and there was even a card of 100% ultimate evolution or something in pile 1 as well, if you want to check that out. But we're talking about it here again in pile 2, evolution. 2 and 4 is 6. We can also, and I've been doing this lately, this is the 2nd time I've been called to say 2 is making good choices. 4 is building a solid foundation, but together they can be a 6, which is finding peace and harmony, making those good decisions, sharing and treating people equally. So let's just remember that as we move forward with the rest of these cards. Along with blessings, we have 3rd eye activation. I'm just going to lay everything out. We have card 104, leaving home. The Asasani parallel. I don't know if I'm pronouncing these right, but that's okay. You can see it here. Then we have 33, desperation, with the Zeta Reticuli, the past. We have card 12 with the mantis beings. We have from the Angels of Atlantis, Archangel Raziel, retreat. And we have soul giraffe, number 7. Making good choices, having choices, planting seeds, nurturing, being kind. All right, but let's look at these as a whole. I like to do them kind of individually, but like I said, they could be individual messages. One card could be a message for you, pile 2, or you can look at all of them. So we're thinking here overall energy is about evolution. Well, right here, evolving into 5th dimensional or higher energy, 3rd eye, it's in between your eyebrows, your brow chakra. It's your inner vision, your clear seeing. It's your intuition. It's being able to see, being clairvoyant, okay? But just trusting that intuition so that if you need to make good decisions, you're able to trust your intuition, which is, I want to say, your 3rd eye, your mind, your ego, and your heart chakra, okay? Everything working together and balanced. All right, that helps to raise you, because if you're doing that and you're not allowing the ego mind to take over here, where when someone does something against you, instead of just walking away or saying, you know what, I'm not dealing with this low shadowy energy, I'm not dealing with this in my life. I don't have the space or the room for it. It just brings me down. I don't want to be there. I don't want to be down. And you're able to walk away. Okay, that is your mind and your heart working together, because you didn't allow your ego to lash back, to snap back, to slap back, okay? You didn't allow that. You've got some heart space energy in there too, where you know the outcome. You don't need to have 3rd eye activation even for that. But what I want to say here is you already know what the outcome of that is going, what the consequence of lashing back is going to be. I also want to read here the back of this card with blessings. It is, your guidance is to bless everyone you meet today. Blessings, silent or aloud, allow a divine light to flow from you to others, whether friends, enemies, or strangers. This touches them with love and helps to open their hearts. Bless food, water, animals, and trees, knowing that you are lighting up the world around you. Remember, all you give out returns to you multiplied. Use your power to light up the world. And we know that, and this is coming from the Golden Atlantis, right? That's the deck that I have here. When you live in that energy, you do raise your vibration up into 5th or 5D. You When you are kind and loving towards even one person a day, even towards yourself, treating yourself well, that has a ripple effect out into the universe. The same way that being mean and nasty has a negative ripple effect out into the universe, right? Into the world. We don't have to say universe. We can just stick with right now with our community, our family, the city we live in, the country, the world, okay? And here, this kind of reminds me again a bit of pile 1. Their messages, again, are very similar, but maybe because you chose pile 2, it will resonate with you in a different way. But do feel free to go and watch pile 1. I don't say that for every reading, so when I do, I know that it may be important for some of you listening here, okay? Leaving home. I don't think of technically, literally leaving home. What I feel here with this card is stepping outside of your comfort zone, stepping outside of the box, not being afraid to do things in a different way than you normally do. And maybe activating your third eye, just being nice and kind and thankful to the people around you or the people that you meet on the street or in a store or in a parking lot, wherever it is, and doing something that you wouldn't normally do, showing or giving an act of kindness to them. Because this desperation card here, I'm going to say, reminds me of just the way the card is in that kind of dull gray, is living in fear. There's 2 ways to live. I watched a wonderful video the other day on this. In the world, we live in fear or we live in love. When we live in fear, it triggers all of that negative, nasty behavior and ways of being that we are, okay? Because when you're fearful, for example, think back to when we had the pandemic and people were fearful, so they bought up all the toilet paper, not thinking that other people need to use the washroom and have toilet paper as well. That kind of thing. Fear triggers that kind of response. Selfishness, only thinking of yourself, definitely not thinking of others. All right? And definitely not treating other people well. Okay, because it was almost like it was a competition. The strongest survive, okay? So I say that with a little chuckle, but I am being serious about it. That's what fear does. When you live in love, you just live in love. You want to do well for yourself. You want to do well for other people. You want to bestow blessings on others. You want to pray, maybe if you are a person who prays, or at least send out into the universe good wishes for other people, people that you know, people that you don't know. It's that kind of outpouring that we see when a tragedy happens and people come together, and it's an outpouring of love and caring, and how in just those moments everybody feels it. You feel it. Oh, that's a perfect example, Spirit. Thank you. You feel it in those moments of this oneness. We need that all the time. And here with the Mantis beings, I remember this card because I was getting it for quite a while, over and over again. A very feminine energy. And here we have the moon and the moon. The moon is a very nurturing, mothering energy, okay? But here with the Mantis beings, they do embody that energy, but they can be a little elusive, okay? They can kind of be an enigma. They are sensitive. They run off of intuition. They can see. They are capable of all that. So what I want to say is, there going to be a situation coming up this month, or whenever you see this reading, where it's really going to call on you to step outside the box and maybe pull out that elusive energy that even you don't harness all the time, right? Pull that out of yourself and step outside that box. Don't live in the fear and the desperation. You may not even be able to understand your behavior in that moment. So in other words, you're doing something and you just feel this nurturing energy come over you. Don't question it. Just go with it, okay? Allow the sensitivity to come out in you and be shown to others. And finally, I feel like the message here in this last set of cards is kind of like, it's kind of like its own little message within the message, okay? What I want to say is with Archangel Raziel, and always feel free to call on Archangel Raziel to help you. I'm going to start with the giraffe, actually. Soul giraffe. See the light up here around the giraffe's head, which is, we'll say, the crown chakra, the third eye really opening up, okay? With this, and I love the spots are showing like the moon and stars. I just noticed that. Oh, I love it. Okay. But anyway, this, think of giraffes. Giraffes are tall. Giraffes can see further than a human standing on the ground. It's like that Sagittarian energy, that Jupiter energy of seeing things big picture, of opening up your third eye, opening up your crown chakra, connecting with divine, and seeing things big picture. Okay? Maybe retreating. What is it that you want for your life, big picture? Do you want to live in this fear and desperation, or do you want to step out of your box and maybe try behaving in a different way? Maybe, you know, harnessing out that elusive energy that you've never really shown before to people, or that sensitive side. Is that what you want for your life? What do you want for your life? If you could choose how other people treated you, what would it be? And then how can you make an effort to start treating people in that way? Retreat here, I think, means connecting with, like I said, God, source, universe, spirit, right? And asking them to help you make that plan, how to do it, what to do. You work together with spirit to make the plan and to put it into action. All right, pile 2, that is the main message. I am going to get out, oh, sorry, we need to do tarot first here for clarification, confirmation, further guidance. All right. So there may be a situation or something that, like I said, comes up that's really going to trigger this in you. And you're going to be like, you know what? I cannot change the world. Like, I just can't go out and start dictating how I want everyone to be nice and let's all treat each other good and we need to do this. You may want to go out and do that, and you may actually reach a few people, and that's good, but that's not for everyone. So all you can do is you take on that, I'm going to say, you be the enigma that other people can't figure out, right? You have that elusive, sensitive energy that other people are like, oh, how do I get that? And you just do it, maybe one person, one act of kindness or blessing one person, whatever it is, being grateful at a time. We have the Page of Pentacles. I love that card. I'm using my Halloween deck because, like I said, I am doing this for October. 2 of Cups, again, perfect. And the 9 of Wands. So with Page of Pentacles, what I want to say here is that is manifesting in the life that you want to create for yourself, okay? That is planting the seeds, watching them grow, and manifesting in this life, this person that you want to become. It always will take work, right? It isn't just a one-time thing done and over. We know that about life here. You have to work on everything. But also with the Page of Pentacles, I want to say I don't know. I want to say it could also be bringing in abundance for you, whether that's like new money or more money or just additional, maybe a little bit of side money. And when you start acting this way, the universe will bless you, right? So that could be for some of you. 2 of Cups. That is, again, making choices that are good. It's finding balance, peace, and harmony. Look at them. They're there. They're sharing together. Okay? I feel like this is Leo, Lion, the bat above, which is not being afraid to shine the light on other people. And we had the Blessings card back here. And with the 9 of Wands, for some of you, you may have been living in this desperation energy for quite some time. Lay them down. If you decide to lay them down, put them back into the ground and plant them, nurture them, and watch them grow. Because these are all lessons that you've learned. up until this point. That's what they're telling me. These are all the lessons, all the burdens that you've carried, the hard lessons, some of them easy, but most of them difficult. They do have green on them. They're not dead. You can replant them. These stalks, whatever you want to call them, wands, sticks, little trees, okay? And you can watch them grow into what it is that you want to become. But the important thing down is you take them off your back and you no longer carry them with you, okay? Carrying burden is not good for the soul. It's not good for your physical health. It's not good for your mental health. Okay, let's get another card here. What do we have for pile 2? You are worthy. Yes. Like I said, you may have been in this energy for quite some time, but you're seeing this message today because it's time to evolve. It's time to rise up a little bit, and you are worthy to have flow in your life, to not be hitting roadblock after roadblock after roadblock, pile 2, or carrying burden after burden after burden. Like, you're meant to enjoy your life and to be able to share and share that flow with other people and to bring and manifest good things in for yourself. And there's no time like the present. Let's get one last card here. Vision. Oh, we were talking about being able to see big picture, figure out what it is, having vision, trust in your ability to create the vision in your soul. That is perfect. What a way to end. If you enjoyed this pile 2, thumbs up, hit that button, please. Interaction with my channel for YouTube algorithm is vital. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. For my regular viewers, hello, thank you for coming back. This is a lovely reading for you as well. And if you know someone who may need to hear this message, then please share this video with them. I will see you next time. Hi to those of you who chose pile 3, this card, number 20, Beyond the Mind. This is actually going to be our overall energy card as well, pile 3, okay? We have different groups of cards here. They could all mean something to you or resonate in some way, or it may be all of them as a whole. We're also going to be doing live tarot and oracle at the end. So what I'm going to do is lay all the cards out. First card out, we have healing. Star gathering. Melting pot. Calling our parts home. Whoops, that goes up here, sorry. Sandalphon, planetary cycles. Crop circles. Bloom where you are planeted. Okay, I love this card. So, overall message here is beyond the mind. So, thinking, I'm going to say outside of the box, you know, knowing that there's so much more than that we've never seen, okay, that we feel we may never see, okay? That is being able to look beyond what is in front of us right in this moment, or what we actually know right at this moment, okay? This is opening your mind up and being to see beyond it all. It's having faith, really. That's one way to say it. It's having trust. It's having faith. It's believing in what you may even think of as the unbelievable, like that's not even possible. Okay, so there's some message for someone. Like I said, it's 20. And it's making, I want to say, so that goes down to a 2, which would be making a choice to go beyond the mind, to believe that there's more out there than what you can actually see, have ever heard of, or even know about. Okay, so we'll start with that. But let's go into this healing card. And what I want to say, this is like someone doing Reiki, right? Or this is like an angel coming down and giving you healing. But Reiki is energy healing. You don't even have to touch the body in Reiki. You just are putting your hands above. And I've experienced it myself, and I also do Reiki. And there is a heat that happens, and it's unexplainable, okay? And it's helpful. So let's look at this healing card, though. This is from the... referring back to the golden Atlantis era, okay, because they were natural healers. So be a healer. This card reminds you that there are people who need your help. So it is time to develop, hone, or practice your healing abilities. It also suggests that you may need a boost of spiritual Reiki or emotional healing to raise your light levels. Reach out to others today. So, now, does it mean that all healing, it says here, become the healer? Maybe you want to learn Reiki. Maybe it's going to be acupuncture for you, or another kind of holistic medicine or practice healing. It could be that you're going to become a nurse and help people to heal, that you're just going to be positive and help someone with their day to day. You help someone even cross the street, okay? It can encompass all of that. And with that, we have star gathering, stars aligned, remembering home, your soul family. I just feel like that is, again, do we know where it is that we've come from? We know we're part of God, source, universe, whomever it is for you, spirit, okay? Most of us know that and understand that, but we don't know truly where is it that we have come from. Is it Sirius? Is it the moon? Is it another planet? Is it another, I don't know, part of the celestial body that we've come from, a certain star? We don't know for sure. And this is where it's go beyond the mind. Believe that that is possible, okay? Maybe for some of you, it just may be you believe you come from God, and that works as well, okay? What your beliefs are doesn't matter here, or whether you practice spirituality or religion. The fact is we are all one, and we all do come from a source, from one. So whatever that is for you, God, there's just so many different religions or spiritual practices out there, okay? Now, if you can try to remember that you come from one, that you have the spirit of that within you, that you are a spirit here, a divine spirit here, having a human experience on earth, and that you are able to help heal others, whether it be with your hands, with medicines, with just positive attitude and friendliness and helpfulness, okay? Remember that you do have a soul family, those people that came here with you to help play the roles of the people around you, the people that you feel comfortable with. There's a reason for that. The people that you have relationships with in your life. You are all part of the same soul family. And with stars aligned, I believe what I'm hearing on that is just having faith, trusting that you are able to evolve. We've been talking about evolution in piles 1 and 2, that you are able to evolve and to go behind the mind. Okay, maybe beyond the mind. What I love about this up here is represents Earth, I want to say, right? We are a melting pot here. We have different races, different colored skin, different languages, different religions, spiritual practices, or whatever it may be, all of those things that make us different. But if we believe, we all come from one, okay? They want us to get back to that, where all of this big melting pot of earth, it doesn't matter. We are all together in this. We are all one. Even the most depraved of us all, we are still all one, okay? And with the crop circles, I want to say it is, again, beyond the mind. Look, it is proven that they are there. They're bringing us messages, maybe. Maybe they're bringing signs to us, omens, whatever it may be, there's something that's being represented, and we need to be curious enough to continue to look into it. Are there people out doing it, making fake crop circles? Absolutely. But apparently the people that have seen the real ones know the difference, okay? They know the difference because of the way, say it was in a cornfield, for example. I think I was reading somewhere like the stalks wouldn't be broken or bent over. They would just be leaning. They would still be usable, so to speak, right? Whereas the ones that people come in and do it, they're all tromped and stomped, and it may look really good because they've gotten really good at doing it. But anyway, it's just believing that there really are beings that come in and make these crop circles, even though it's beyond our mind. How are they doing it? Why are they doing it? It still is happening. It's just believing that there's a reason for it. And with calling our parts home, again, I feel like it's, we live in a world where money is important, where having things is important, where social status is important, where like being of a certain status in life is important. And with this calling our parts home, what I feel here is just, it's calling yourself back to who it is that you are, regardless of all the melting pot, the huge big melting pot that we are here. It's calling ourselves home to be that light, that love. I was watching, mentioned it in the other two because we were talking about evolution. And here's the thing. We have two energies here, and they branch off into many others. But we have the energy of fear, which makes us in turn act out in many different ways. And we have the energy of love, which is divine source. We are all one. We choose which way we want to live. Now, we are human beings. We are here on earth. We do have free will, yes. And do we love to have nice things, and is money important? Absolutely. I'm not saying that all of that isn't of importance, but it is not what is most important, okay? Being your true divine self and treating others as you would have others do unto you. There was a lot about the golden rule that I've been talking about in the last couple of piles as well. And that's what calling our parts home. That's remembering who you are and how you would want to be treated and how you should treat others. And with this bloom where you were planted, it's never too late. It doesn't matter if you are 75 and watching this. It is never too late to start helping and healing others, and it helps and heals yourself. With Sandalphon, Archangel Sandalphon, this is my Archangels of Atlantis deck. What this is, planetary cycles. If you're not into astrology, I am an astrologer. I do astrology readings. I could help you with that. You can check out my link in the description area and go to my website. But start working with planetary cycles. When things are in retrograde, take that opportunity to do the Re's. I've always said it now for years. Re's are reduce, reuse, recycle. Think of it that way. So re-examine. If you're not happy with something in your life, maybe sit down and re-examine it. It's never too late for a redo. It's never too late to revitalize something. It's never too late to re-examine something. Whatever that is for you when a planet is in, say it's in, when Venus is in retrograde, it could be that old situations surrounding love and relationships come up. Well, they're coming up for a reason because you haven't healed from them. So re-examine them, take another look at them and go, what lesson didn't I learn from this? Why is this coming back to me? It's about the lessons in the retrogrades. What didn't I learn? Why is this reappearing in my life, right? So maybe start working with those cycles. Another thing I do is new moon and full moon readings, where new moons, it's about planting seeds, what you want to bring into your life that's good for your life. So I talk about for you each month, what area of your life you should focus on. Based on your rising sign or zodiac sun sign. I also do it. We have the full moon coming up when I'm recording this video for the 1st of October. And that's about releasing and letting go. So what areas in your life should you focus on? Because that's where the energy will be the strongest with the full moon, I believe in Aries coming up, of releasing and letting go. You can check out my videos. They're in a playlist. But I do 2 each month, right? So there's that. Maybe start working with those. And if you're unsure how, like I said, check out my videos for new moon and full moon. So if you're not subscribed to my channel so that you get notification, hit that little bell also, and you will be notified when those new moon each month or full moon each month readings come out. Okay, let's look a little further here. And if you're new to my channel, please just subscribe. I would love that. That would be great. We have 8 of Wands. Love. Okay. Pile 3. We have 4 of Swords. Love it. And we have, oh, the Sun, you guys. Okay. So with the 8 of Wands, and we're talking about healing. We've talked about different things in here, right? But take aim. Wherever it is that you are planted right now, bloom on this planet, okay? Decide what it is. Decide who it is that you want to be in this big melting pot. Who is it that you truly divinely are? Do you have faith? Are you able to go beyond the mind and see and you know, be able to see big picture? Are you able to help heal others by putting out that positive energy that sends a ripple effect through our earth here and through the universe? Are you able to see the messages or the signs or be curious enough to look into things that you don't fully understand at this moment? All right. So that is taking aim at whatever it is. You don't have to work on it all at once. One thing at a time is great, and aiming it and going for it. Maybe for some of you, you're not quite ready to take aim and go after it. You may need to just take a time out and really think about it. You may need to go, oh, okay, how am I going to do this? All right, maybe you're the person who likes to have a really solid plan in place before you do anything. Take the time out to do that. But what you do need to know is that if you choose, because everything is a choice, if you choose to work on these areas in your life to be able to see beyond the mind, great things are going to come of it. Okay, the Sun, the happiest card in the deck. It could just bring immense joy and happiness into your life. It could just, I mean, you might be unaware of just how good things can be for you if you start living your life in that way. Love these messages coming in from the universe. All right, let's get another oracle card here. We have one more after this, and then we are going to tie it up, pile 3. Abundance is a state of mind. I like to think of that as you can bring in and manifest whatever it is. So if you know that you need to bring, say, for example, in a new moon, okay, you know that there's something in your life that you want to manifest and bring in. Maybe it's better relationships with people. Maybe it's a car. I really don't know. Maybe you're in desperate need of a car so that you can get back and forth to work every day to provide for your family. You need to plant the seed. You need to put it out to spirit, God, source, universe, your guides, whomever it is. And then you start nurturing that. You have to help by working towards it as well in whatever way, whether it's going within here and figuring out with spirit how it is that you're going to do that, then that's what you do. Okay. So just know that you have to, it's like the law of attraction, positive out, positive in. Thoughts, positive out, positive in. Everything's a state of mind. Oh, and I love this, surrender. Surrender your need to control the outcome. Just be with life in this present moment. Yeah, you just need to ask them, what is it that I can do to help? How can I help make this a reality for me? Because it's not just you ask and it comes. No, you have to be a participant, but you also have to surrender that outcome. where that's now not all you're worrying, like, oh, when's it coming? It will be in divine timing at the right time for you. And sometimes these things happen in our life and we didn't even ask, okay? But for the most part, you know, it is a two-way street. So that is your reading, pile 3. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please throw a thumbs up. That would be wonderful. If you know of anyone who may need to hear this message, please forward it along to them. And like I said, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, especially if you want to work with the planetary cycles or the luminary cycle of the moon, okay? But also just to see other readings like this as well. I thank you very much, and I will see you next time.